Hi guys. So I did say that I would give you part two of my almost homelessness story. So I'm trying to remember now where to pick up from that story. But anyway, after I discovered that I had been offered the position, I called my girlfriend that was living close by and asked her to accompany me to go see if I could find a place. What I had done though is that I had looked into the paper and I saw this place for rent. So I had called and somebody answered. I think it was the lady's helper. She answered and she said that the lady wasn't there, but she would ask her to call me back. The lady called me back and she said that the place had gone, but her mother had somewhere for me. So my girlfriend and I, we went down to look at the place, a lovely little 2 bedrooms. And she said that somebody had recently moved out of it and she would ensure that it's cleaned up so that I could get it and that I'd be fine and comfortable. So, of course, this was the Tuesday. So I said to her I would come back to pay her on the Wednesday and then move in on the Thursday because my job was supposed to have started on the Monday. I'm telling the lady this and I don't have a dollar. Anyway, I got back home and packed my stuff and engaged a driver to take me at 11 o'clock in the morning. At about 8:30 in the morning, I called the gentleman to find out if he would be able to pick me up at 11. And he said, no, he can't take me at 11 because he's gone to someplace in St. Mary and he won't be able to come until about 3 o'clock. So I said to him, no, that won't work. So a friend was there with me and I said to her, you don't know anybody? And she said she knew this man at her church and she would ask him. So she called him and I spoke with the gentleman and I asked him how much he would charge. And it was the same amount that the first gentleman was charging. So that was fine with me. And I asked him if he could come at 11 o'clock and he said yes. All right, so he was charging $15,000 to take me. And I was to pay $40,000 for the rent at that time. That would have been inclusive of deposit. So this is 8:30 in the morning. Gentleman is supposed to come and pick me up at 11 o'clock and take me to where I'm going, and I do not have $100. All I had was $50. When I sat there contemplating what was going to happen, my phone rang. And my cousin said, where are you? And I said, I'm home. And she said to me, go to the hospital because I left some money with you for the with my nurse for you. I don't know what it can do. But I said, thanks. I was so excited. And I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to go. So I left my friend at the house, took the only $50 that I had, took the bus, went to Halfway Tree and walked the rest of the way to the hospital. So when I went, I said, while I was walking, I was musing, I'm saying to myself, all right, if she gives me $5,000 as a start. Anyways, when I went and I collected the envelope from the nurse, I told her thanks. It felt fatter than what I thought $5,000 would feel like. So I rushed around the corner, I couldn't wait, and I opened the envelope. When I opened it, I saw it had $20,000 in there. I was beside myself. So I was going down the road with a pep in my step, man, and the phone rang. And somebody called and asked, where are you? And I said, I'm on Hope Road. And the person said, stop by my office, I have something for you. And I went and I got an envelope. And when I checked the envelope, it had $25,000 in it. So in short order, I'm in possession of $45,000. I needed $55,000, right? $55,000. So what I did was, remember, I only had $50. So I had to spend money out of that to pay my fare to go back to Portmore. So I changed the money. I think what I did was I bought a loaf of bread and had change now and paid my fare to go. So when I got back to Portmore, I called the lady and I said to her, you know, I'm supposed to pay you $40,000 and the gentleman is charging me $15,000 to come, but I only have $45,000. May I owe you $10,000 until the end of the month? And she said I has to call her back in half an hour because she's going to discuss it with her husband. And I called her back within half an hour on the button. And she said, oh, yes, my husband agrees. And he says, it's fine. You can come and all the rest of it. So the gentleman came at 11 o'clock. And I was living down on the walkway. So when he came, I saw that it was just two of them. And I'm thinking, how is it that it's just two of them? They can't manage the furniture because I have some heavy stuff. And then when I looked, I saw that they had a little hand truck. And between the two of them, they put the furniture on the hand truck and they drove it up the way. And they had a truck that had a lift. So it came down on the ground and they just pushed it off of the hand truck and it rolled on the lift and went right up into the truck and they just went and fixed it. I didn't know this until at the end of the day because I was down there doing whatever I could to put everything together. I just worried that I don't want anything to get damaged or anything like that. And so everything went like clockwork and I was on my way. I think, oh, we left Portmore at, say, maybe 1 o'clock. I don't remember how long it took. But my things had been packed up already and all of that. So I went. But, you know, I had gone looking and making arrangements without any money. And God just honored my faith and just made everything go so smoothly. And I was so excited. And then I got to the little house and it was so nice and clean. And the men packed out my furniture for me and I just went to sleep. And the following day, or was it the same day? I think it might have been the same day. I got a call to say that I'm not to report to work because my contract had not been signed and they wanted to have it signed before I went in. So I was there for those few days and they invited me back to Kingston to sing at church and I went and then came back and then on the Monday now I was saying to myself, brother, they're taking a while to sign this contract. So on the Tuesday the lady called and she said the contract has been signed, so would I like to come to work the following day or I'd prefer to wait until the next week to start the week on Monday. I said no, I'd love to come tomorrow. I really wanted to go because I was so excited to start my new job. I didn't want to be at home. I wanted to be able to be in the office and to see people and stuff like that. And you know, it went really well. God is amazing. He takes care of his children and he took care of me. So look here, whatever situation you find yourself in right now, don't worry about it. Just talk to God about it. Even if you're not in the habit of talking to God about your problems, go to him, tell him what is happening and let him know that you're leaving everything in his hands and you expect him to take care of it in the best way he knows, in the way that it would work out for you. Don't worry about it. Worry does not change anything, people. Worry does not change anything. Take it from me. You could have worry from now till tomorrow. It's not going to open your door. It's not going to bring money in your pocket. It's not going to feed it. It's not going to do anything. So don't worry. Give it to God and leave it. I've learned that over the years, that your worrying is just stressing your body out and it isn't putting you any place. Just give it to God and just leave it alone and just say, God, whatever you say. And I have discovered that once I do that, everything just works themselves out. So trust God and he will do for you what you can't do for yourself. You look at me, do I look like I'm a happy person? I am an extremely happy person. I do not allow anything to hold me down. And whatever is going on with me, I give it to God, I leave it with him, and then I'm fine. And let me tell you, those of you who don't know me, if you hear me laugh, you'd never believe it. I remember when I was diagnosed with the cancer, and before I'd actually gone and done surgery, we were someplace, a number of us, and we were talking and laughing, and I was laughing so hard that somebody stopped in the middle of our laughing and said, tell me, Angela, you're sure you have cancer? And I said, yes, why do you ask? And the person is like, are you laughing like that? And I said, what am I to do? What should I do? I am happy regardless of the diagnosis that I got. God had given me that kind of peace, and I was so happy, and I felt so blessed, and I just continued to be happy, you know. So I'm encouraging you that whatever situation you are in, give God thanks and give him the problem. Tell him that you are happy, that you are able to be in a position where he can help you, he can pick you up, he can plant your feet on solid ground, and he can take care of you. And just revel in that thought. Just bask in the goodness of God and his protection, his provisions, his loving kindness, and his care. And if you know me and you feel like you're in a situation and you want to talk and you want to be encouraged, call me and I'll talk with you. I'll tell you how I get through my problems and how I'm able to just be happy and live, because God is so good to me. Have a wonderful one. Thank you for listening. Remember to subscribe, to share, leave a comment if you will, hit the notification bell, and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.